Have you ever wondered where your life is headed? Maybe you feel stuck grinding day after day thinking, is this all there is? Millions of people live their lives on autopilot, mastering average because it feels safe. But what if I told you there's another way? A way to rewrite your story, to chart a new course, and to create life you've always envisioned. For years, I subscribed to the idea that hard work alone was the key to success. I kept my head down, showed up every day, and hoped that good things would come my way. While hard work is important, it's just simply not enough. The turning point in my life came when I realized that if I wanted something extraordinary, I had to take risks and change my own trajectory. I wasn't handed any advantages. I grew up in a middle home household, and my parents, both school employees, worked tirelessly to ensure I never felt like I was missing out. Still, I faced obstacles. Being a black male in mostly white industries, navigating a world where opportunities often felt flat and out of reach. But here's the thing, your obstacles don't define your future. Your decisions do. And today I'm here to share my story and how I went from barely scraping by to building a life that I'm proud of. This isn't about overnight success. It's about perseverance, sacrifice, and believing in your ability to do something different. So stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have actionable steps on changing your own trajectory starting today. So let's acknowledge your starting point. And before you can change your life, you need to understand where you're at now. For me, it wasn't growing up in a household where the concept of investment real estate didn't exist, right? My parents worked hard, but didn't have the tools to teach me about wealth building. I was starting from scratch. And take stock of your own situation. Ask yourself, what resources do I have? What obstacles am I facing? This isn't about self pity, it's about self awareness. And when you're honest about your starting point, you can create a plan to move forward. So here are some actionable steps. Write down your current financial situation, your profession, and personal situation. Identify one area where you want to improve, whether it's finances, skills, or mindset. Now, research people who started from a similar place and succeeded. The next key point is the power of taking the first step. I didn't start my career as a commercial real estate broker. I began in loan and origination. I moved to single family home sales, then wholesaling, and then property management. Each step was a learning experience and building the foundation for my future success. Now, sometimes the hardest part is just starting. It's easy to feel paralyzed by the size of your goals, but progress comes from consistent small actions. So here are some tips. Set a specific short-term goal to build momentum. Break your big goals into smaller, manageable, actionable steps. Celebrate small wins, stay motivated. Now, resilience through setbacks. When I interviewed for my current brokerage the first time, I was turned away. I could have let that rejection define me. Instead, I moved states, started over, and re-interviewed. The second time, I got the job. But rejection and failure aren't the end. They're part of the journey. Each setback teaches you something valuable, and if you're willing to learn from it, it's worth it. So here are some actionable steps for you. View rejection as a redirection, an opportunity to refine your approach. Develop a support system to help you stay grounded during these tough times, and keep a journal to track lessons learned from your failures. Now, the next point I want to talk about is the importance of sacrifice. My first paycheck in commercial real estate was $600. That was after 10 months of driving 3 hours daily and making 75 calls a day. During that time, I drove for Uber, took side jobs, and lived below the poverty line. My wife and I made sacrifices so we could invest in our future. And you can't achieve extraordinary results without making sacrifices. Whether it's time, comfort, or money, you have to give something up to gain something greater. So here are some tips you can do. Identify areas where you can cut back to invest in your goals. Communicate your vision with those who you rely on and you gain their support. Stay focused on the long-term benefits, not the short-term discomfort. Next, let's talk about leveraging your why factor. Everything I do is for my family. I want to change the trajectory of my son's life and my daughter's life so he has opportunities I'd never had. Your why is your driving force, the reason you keep going when things get tough. And what motivates you? Maybe it's providing for your family, achieving financial freedom, or providing yourself that can do it attitude. Whatever your why is, let it fuel your actions. So write down your why and keep it somewhere visible. Put it on the wall, on the bathroom mirror. Use your why to guide your decisions and prioritize your time. Remind yourself of your why during moments of doubt. And building momentum for the future is critical. 6 years after starting with nothing, my wife and I bought our first home, published a children's book, and started our own businesses. Success didn't happen overnight. It was a result of consistent effort, day after day, effort over time. Now, momentum is key. Once you take that first step, each subsequent step becomes easier. Celebrate your progress, but don't get complacent. Keep building. So here are some goals and tips for you. Set long-term goals and revisit them regularly. Find mentors who can guide you as you grow. Continuously invest in your skills and your knowledge. So, to recap, changing your trajectory of your life requires the following: one, acknowledging where you are, taking small but consistent steps forward, resilience through setbacks, sacrifices for long term gain, a strong why to keep you motivated, building momentum through consistent effort. Your life is yours to shape. The path to extraordinary isn't easy, but it's worth it. So let's take that first step today. Leave a comment below about one thing you're ready to change in your life. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that inspires action. So let's create a community of go-getters who refuse to settle for average. You've got this.